Thank y'all for being here. I'd like to thank my coaches and my family for all the support. I've decided to go ahead and stay at the University of Arkansas for this year and to help continue build the championship tradition that we're getting started here. We're excited. We can't wait. Coach Petrino, obviously we got the best coach in the nation, and leaders above that, Chancellor Gearhart, Athletic Director Long, those guys I model myself to be alike. And other than that, go ahead.
You mentioned Coach Petrino, Ryan. What were some of the other deciding factors on you staying?
You know, it really wasn't much on me leaving the whole time. It was a decision that had to be made after the season and after it went. But after talking to Coach Petrino and Coach McGee and my parents, you know, and myself, I decided that it was the best for me to come back. You know, we got a great team still that's coming back this year, so we're very excited for that.
Were you tired of the media asking you?
You know, I was just ready for it to be over. After the bowl game, I took a little time off, you know, just to clear my head and make sure everything was right in my head, and it was. And back in Fayetteville, and it's snowing, and I love it.
What kind of feedback did you get from the NFL people you talked to?
You know, they send me the stuff that I need to work on, and they sent a couple things, and so that's stuff I will kind of look to work on improving and getting better at. But other than that, I'm just going to improve and get better on my all-around game and help my teammates get better.
What kind of things do they specifically say you needed to work on, I guess?
I mean, it's just a couple of different things. I'm not going to go into much detail on any of that stuff, but it's just things that, you know, that we've been saying all year that you got to work on.
Ryan, been about 2 minutes. Are you ready for the hype for next season already? You ready for the hype that's going to be surrounding all this?
I'm just ready to get through off-season and summer conditioning and fall training and get ready for the season. You know, that's the hardest part, is getting through all that and getting to the season. But you know, it's a journey that we're starting. We started at the Liberty Bowl. We're 1-0 in 2010, and we got 13 or 14 more left.
Did your performance against East Carolina have any bearing one way or another on what you decided you were going to do?
No, that didn't have anything to do with it. You know, like I told you before the game, I wasn't worried about it before the game. I talked to my parents after the game and talked to the coaches and decided that I wanted to be here. It's where I need to be. I got another year to grow and mature on and off the field, and it's a great community that's surrounding me. And we're excited. We got all the young receivers coming back. We got the whole offensive line coming back, except for Mitch. You know, we should be better on defense, and so we're looking to make a big step this year.
Ryan, talk about the fan support that you've had last year and that effect, and your excitement to come back in 2010 with that stadium packed, cheering for you and cheering for the Razorbacks to victory.
You know, they're not cheering for me. They're cheering for the guys out there with the Razorback uniforms on, and you know, I've said in the past, we got the greatest fans in the nation. You can see that every Saturday when you come into Reynolds Stadium, or if you go down to War Memorial, you'll see where the best fans in America are, and I feel like they're here.
Hey, Ryan, how tempting was it when you saw your name out there, when some of these mock drafts and what had you in first round and things like that? Were you tempted?
You know, a lot of people do those things, and none of those people are NFL GMs or anything like that, so they really don't matter. You know, to me, nothing's guaranteed. You know, you're not guaranteed to be here tomorrow, but I'm gonna take my chances. I love playing for the Razorbacks, and we got a great coaching staff and a great team. As we told y'all this year, we came together more as a team, and we're just gonna keep building on that and get the foundation and just keep building.
Ryan, when did you decide for sure that this was what you were going to do, and what was the coach's reaction when you told them?
You know, I decided just a couple hours after the game. I knew, but I wanted to get away from Fayetteville and away from Texarkana to get away and go think about it. And I did, and I actually called Coach Petrino, and I was going to tell him I was coming back, and he didn't answer. And so Coach McGee called me and said, you know, I talked to Coach. He heard you were leaving. And I was like, no, I actually called him to tell him I was coming back, but he didn't answer his phone. And so when I finally got a hold of Coach to tell him, you know, it was kind of funny, a little joke right there. But, you know, I'm looking forward to putting the Razorback uniform back on with the rest of my teammates.
How difficult will it be this year to separate what you do for the team from using this year as an audition for the NFL?
It won't be hard at all. I'm here to play for the Razorbacks. You know, that's where 100% where I'm at. And that other stuff, it comes with it. But I'm here to win football games as an Arkansas Razorback.
Hey, Ryan, you said that you got away for a few days, left Texarkana, left Fayetteville. Where did you go?
Secret spot, little secret spot. No, definitely not in Arkansas. You won't get away from anything here.
Ryan, you've commented before on how much more mature you are now than when you first arrived at Arkansas. The fact is, next season, with the exception of maybe a Mark Ingram, there will not be a player in the Southeastern Conference that's going to be talked about more than you. Do you think that your added maturity will help deal with that hype?
I mean, obviously, I think it's going to help with, you know, dealing with all the publicity and people asking questions and all that. You know, it's going to be easy for me to handle. You know, I'm not 18 years old anymore, and it's, you know, I know how to handle it now, and I've gotten better. You know, with the media, with the coaches, with everything, and so I think I'm going to be able to handle it okay.
Ryan, you touched on it briefly. Great team coming back. Can you go specifically how much that influenced into your decision? How good you can be, the weapons you guys have?
I mean, that had a lot to do with it. Obviously, like I've said before, when I was young, I wanted to play for the Razorbacks. And knowing that we got a chance to win championships here, that had a big deciding factor. Especially, we got all the young guys, especially on offense. Everybody's young, and they're going to get a year better, and they're going to keep getting better. And then defense, we're going to get better, and special teams is going to get better. And that's how you got to play the game of football. And you know, we're excited. We're trying to win championships. We don't want to win just 8 games, 9 games. We want to win 10, 11, 12. Go to Atlanta. Go to wherever the national championship is.
It's kind of a follow-up on that. What are a reasonable level of expectations with 17 starters coming back from the bowl, and especially on the offensive side?
You know, I'm not going to put a number of games. I'm not going to put a bowl, and I'm not going to say we're going to the SEC championship game. That wouldn't be fair to my team. You know, we're looking to make a big stride from this past year to next year. I'll put it that way, and we're excited about it.
Ryan, as the leader of this team coming up, if you had one message to the fans right now, what would it be?
Get ready. Get ready.
You obviously had great success with the offense this year, but you know there were some times when you didn't flourish. What do you think as a team y'all have to improve on to become the offense that you want to be in 2010?
You know, just as far as that goes, is being able to play together is going to help a lot, because that was my first year with the receivers and the offensive line and actually playing the game and being able to know each other better. I think that'll help a lot with you know, some of the miscues we might have had. And so I think just being able to be around each other for a whole nother year is going to help us as far as, you know, knowing why we're doing certain things. And that's why we're so excited, is because just being around each other for a whole nother year and knowing what we've done so far and knowing what we have a chance to do, and it's special, and it's exciting to be a Razorback.
Little off topic, but DJ obviously has announced a decision. Do you go and talk to him now and say, hey, you better be coming back and joining me next year?
I'll put a little bug in his ear and talk to him a little bit.
Ryan, that's when specifically, did they give you a grade like your mid-first round, late first round, second round? What was the feedback there?
You know, they sent me just a kind of overall thing, and so I'm going to take from that what they sent me and go work on that for the off season. Really didn't get a number or anything, so we're just going to the off season and get ready for spring ball.
Was the Sam Bradford factor any thought process of yours? Any concerns about health?
Not at all. I mean, you saw Cole got hurt last night. That didn't have any deciding factor, because to me, when you're not playing hard, that's when you get hurt. So if you play hard, you eliminate as much risk to get hurt, and so that's why when I go play for the Razorbacks this fall, I'm going to give it everything I got. You know, I'm not going to go play scared, because I don't believe in that, and you know, that didn't really have anything to do with my decision at all.
Along those same lines, a lot of players in your position will take measures to protect themselves. Have you done the insurance policy thing?
That's the next step in this process. That's the next step.